Alrighty, well, as expected, Sarnia Sting came out really strong in that first period, and here we are, though, tied 2 on each side. So I don't know about you, Lee. I mean, I was excited when I saw the first goal from Vilmanis in there, and then Carson Hall, who's somebody I want to talk about, making that second goal, and 2-0. And I was thinking what we had talked about, which is here we are playing a really strong team, and we're doing really well. Yeah. But I was also thinking, but this is still a really good team. They're not going to stand for that. And, of course, they've showed that by coming back out here, tying things up 2-2. Shots on goal, like, not super high, like 8 for us, 5 for the other guys. But, I mean, I don't know. The last few games we haven't seen really high shots on goal either.
No, and that's something that we've been seeing from the Sting for a long time. Sometimes they get a lot of shots, but they, for whatever reason, they like to move it around. They try to, like, set the play up more than just kind of crash the net and try and, like, take the shots whenever they get the opportunity, get the rebounds in. They like to set things up and be a little bit more methodical about it, I think. And we see that in most games with the Sting where their shots are usually on the lower side.
It's certainly been a physical, aggressive game. We'll talk about what we just saw there at the end of the period, but I mean, from the start, we've seen a lot of scuffling in the corners. I feel like Guelph has been taking us or drawing us into the boards, which is not one of the Sarnia Sting's better strengths.
No, not at all. And I think it got a little bit more aggressive. I think kind of Guelph changed up their style of play after Sting got their second goal. Whatever they came out doing in the beginning, it just didn't seem to be working for them, so they changed their style. They got a little bit rougher. They got a little bit more physical, and that kind of helped turn things around in their favor, and it's shown on the scoreboard now as well. Sting wasn't able to continue with the type of offense that they had in the first few minutes of this first period, and so but I mean, a lot of good play happening at both ends of the rink. Even with that style of play being changed up, we're still seeing the Sting move the puck around well. We're still seeing an improvement from what we've been seeing.
100%. I mean, Sandusville Manis, I mean, we could talk forever about him. What a great sniper he is, so to speak.
And that was a great pass, too. He was set up perfectly by Marco Sikic on that one for sure. Yeah,
a great assist there from Sikic. And, this is more of what we've been waiting to see. The passing seems to be really strong for the Sarnia Sting here this afternoon. They're not really hitting the skates. That being said, I mean, the penalty kill for the Guelph Storm was very, very strong when we had those power play opportunities, and they were able to just keep getting that puck back down into our end. Yeah,
but I mean, that's the Sting power play. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the Sting power play.
Yeah.
They don't take it. I mean, both of those power plays, they got one shot. Each one, they only got one shot off each time. Wasn't a great shot, so I honestly like seeing 5-on-5 better than with us having the man advantage. Because I think going back to what I said there about how like to set it up and be more methodical about it, I think it's even more so when we're on the power play.
Yeah.
They try to take their time and look for that perfect shot, and the time's ticking down the whole time through that, and they end up. I mean, I think it was in Brantford there a couple weeks ago or last week, whenever it was. We had a 5-on-3 advantage for 3 minutes and like 20 seconds.
Yeah. Not
a single shot in that whole time.
Yeah. It's something they definitely need to work on, and Jay Peckham has talked about that many times. And as we have as well, we're not looking for the TSN highlight goal here, right? But I think sometimes, especially when you're in a situation where you're frustrated, the Sting are frustrated right now, I'm sure. When you're in a state of frustration, maybe you're a little nervous, and you really are afraid to take those risks to try to push forward, push through, and it's got to be just right. I'm not sure. I mean, there's the confidence thing going on there as well, right?
Sure.
So, and again, as these are young men out on the ice that are still learning the game. They're working on that whole figure it out thing there as well. But I noticed a lot too, which I know you do see sometimes in the games, but I really noticed a lot of the referees talking to the players today. Have you noticed that? Like, I've seen one up talking to Lane Sim and another one talking to Hall, and they're just and they're not short conversations. So I'm just wondering where that's coming. I'd love to be that microphone right there.
That could be it. Yeah, I haven't really been noticing that because whenever the whistle happens, I got to look around, make sure my kid's not doing something stupid.
Right.
Get him back to his
He's
seat
probably
or
down
whatever.
there trying to get a Zamboni ride right now.
Maybe,
right?
yeah. But
I
that's
noticed it a lot. Yeah, I saw that a lot, and I'm just like, okay. Like sometimes they'll give a little pat and they'll be like, just chill out, man, or they'll advise them that, hey, man, I'm watching you, right? And it's usually really quick. Hey, guys, how you doing? But, they just seemed a little bit longer. I'm curious about that. I'll never know the answer to that one, but I'm happy I am happy what I'm seeing with the Sarnia Sting here today. I think they've tightened things up a lot again. I mean, we can talk about that power play all day. I do see us needing to get away from the boards a little bit more. Like I said, I feel like Guelph has kind of pulled us into that, and that's not a strong area for the Sarnia Sting. Now let's talk about Carson Hall. This is a guy that we saw for a while, right? And now he's back. 3 goals happening this season now. What do you see there with Carson Hall?
I'm just seeing a great hockey player. He knows where to put it. That was the thing, like his goal he got tonight. I mean, same kind of thing as Vilmanis' goal, where he knew exactly where he had to be, and he put himself in that proper situation. He got that pass out front of the net, and he was exactly where he needed to be. And that wasn't by accident. He went there. He knew where the play was happening, where it was going to be going, and he put himself into that right spot, that right time.
Yeah.
Like there was no luck in that. He knew what he needed to do, and I'm seeing that from him constantly when he's out there. He scored I think our 1 goal that we got last night was Carson Hall, and it was the same kind of thing. It was a very nice play. Where just everything he does when he's out there is usually very, very impressive. Yeah. And we're so fortunate to have him on this team and that he's back now.
That's for sure. All right, just before we wrap up, we want to talk about, I missed it coming down the stairs, but you saw this really heavy hit that happened on Andrew LeBlanc, and then we saw Hurt come out and just, it was a little bit of payback there.
It was great. Well, I mean, I like to watch a hockey fight. I mean, I'm not one that's going to be like, it needs to happen. That's all I'm here for. But, whoever it was on Guelph, I missed who it was. Yeah, he just came in hard and just launched Jacob LeBlanc right into the board, took him right off of his feet, and he went back hard. I think he hit the back of his head on the glass on his way back, but took him right off his feet. But, Houston Hurt, you're going to do that to my teammate. You're going to take a few punches to the head.
Good old-fashioned hockey that I thought happened there.
It was great, like seeing him get his teammates back like that and stand up for him and let the Guelph Storm team know you're going to try that like you've been playing a physical game and being really aggressive.
To play, right?
You're not going to get away with that with us. Yeah. Like we might be not as aggressive with you as far as like laying the checks out there or retaliating to some stuff. Yeah. You pull some dirty crap like that, we're going to get our teams back. Well,
we've talked about before how we've not been a real physical team, but we have been learning to respond a little bit better than maybe we have in previous seasons. So kudos to – I didn't catch who the other player was that was in the fight there.
And I can't believe that there's no penalty for that guy for the hit. That was charging all day.
Yeah. He stood up for the whole majority of the fight. He wasn't going down, but then finally, it happened. So,
his helmet popped off, and that was like blood in the water for Houston Hurt. As soon as that helmet popped off, as good as he was doing before that point, then he really went after him.
Here we go.
But Jacob LeBlanc was up right after the, he was up and he was helping collect the gloves and sticks. So I have to assume that he's okay, but it looked like a brutal hit.
Yeah, it was. It was. The fans were happy with the result. Let's put it that way. All right. Well, we're kind of 0-0 here at 2-2, I guess. 5 minutes away from the Sarnia Sting coming back out there. We'll see what changes out here in the second period. And Lee Bazeley will join me once again at the end of the second period for an update. We hope you'll come back and join us again here as well. But for now, I'm David Burrows, live from the concourse with the Sarnia Sting, and my friend Lee Bazeley. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Go Sting, go!